Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. We have a really exciting day today and a lot of fun stuff to do. So before we get started on our schedule, I wanted to water our plants. So I decided that every Friday when I make this video for you, I'm going to water the plants because it helps me remember to take care of them. And I like to talk about my plants with you. So last time I told you about what kind of plants I had, and we talked about how we can help plants. We give plants water, we give them sunshine, we give them love. But you know what? Plants help us too. So plants produce oxygen. They produce this stuff called oxygen. And oxygen is what we need to live as human beings. We need oxygen to breathe into our lungs. So having plants around actually makes us healthier. So we can take care of our plants, but also our plants are taking care of us too, which is pretty neat. So I have something really fun for us to do first, but you're going to need a plastic bag. So pause the video, go ask your parents, or find some kind of plastic bag. It can be a grocery bag, it could be from the newspaper maybe. Just something that's little and light. This is actually just a little garbage bag that I got from my house. So some kind of little bag. It's really important that when we are using bags, that we're really careful and we don't put them near our face or around our necks, because that could be dangerous for us. But if we use them the right way, then we could play some really fun games with them, and everybody should have a plastic bag around. So I might need to be on my knees again. Let's see. I tried to, need to make my camera a little higher next time. But I'm going to show you some fun things that we can do with this bag. So you take your bag and you're going to grab the bottom of the bag. I actually tied mine in a little knot so that it was easier to find the bottom of the bag, but you don't have to do that. You can just hold on to the bottom of the bag. And to start off, we're going to pretend that there's a big window in front of us. A big window like the size of this screen. And we are going to wash the window. So take your bag and I want you to wash the top of the window. Wash the top of the window with one arm. Now wash the bottom of the window. Wash this side of the window. Wash that side of the window. Okay, now we're going to switch hands and we're going to wash the top of the window. Wash the bottom of the window. Wash this side of the window. And wash this side of the window. Okay, now that you've gotten the hang of how it feels to move the bag in space, we are going to try throwing and catching the bag. So for this first try, just throw it straight up and watch it fall. Mine falls a little bit faster because of the knot, but if you don't have a knot, it'll fall pretty slow. So just toss it straight up and watch it fall. Okay, now this time I want you to try to catch it. So just throw it with whichever hand, and you can catch it with two hands. You can catch it with one hand if you want, but we're going to try throwing it up and catching it. Quincy's looking really interested in this, so don't be surprised if he jumps up and grabs my bag out of the air. We're going to throw up and catch it. There we go. Okay, this time I want you to try to throw it up with one hand and catch it with the other hand. Up with that hand and catch with this hand. So we're going to start on this side. This is my right hand, and I'm going to throw up and catch Now I'm going to throw with my other hand, my left hand. I'm going to throw up and catch. Let's try that again. And if it falls on the floor, that's okay. It takes a lot of practice. So we're going to throw up and catch. Try again, throw up and catch. This time, we're going to move on to the next level. I would like you to try to clap before you catch the bag. So if you need to catch it with 2 hands, that's okay. If you want to keep switching hands, I welcome you to do that. I'm going to try switching hands and clapping once in the middle. So we're going to throw up, catch. Let's try it again. Other way, up, catch. Nice. Let's try it again. Up, clap, catch. And one more time, up, clap, catch. Okay, if you want to, you could try clapping 2 times to make it a little bit trickier. So this time you can try clapping 2 times in between. So we're gonna throw up with this hand, catch. All right, other way, up, catch. One more time each side, up, catch. And the other way, up, catch. I think that that's a lot of fun, and I would like us to keep working on it, and maybe down the road we'll add a second bag and just get better and better at it together. So I figured that a bag is something everyone has, and that it would be a good way for us to move our bodies a little bit before we get started. So I'm going to put it away for now, but we will bring this back out another day. All right, so I want you to stand up real quick, stretch to the top, tickle the sky, tickle your head, tickle your shoulders, tickle your tummy, tickle your knees, tickle your toes, tickle the floor, and take a seat. Whew. My body is warm now. We got some movement in. And now we're going to calm our bodies with some nice deep breaths. So let's put our hands on our head. Blow it out. A nice big belly breath in. Belly goes out, out. Belly goes in. Now our bubble breath. Push those hands together, push those fingers together, push as hard as you can. Use your muscles and take a big, deep breath in. Let it all go. All right, let's say our poem together. I am present. I am here with you today. I use helpful hands and listening ears. I speak with a kind tongue and see with compassionate eyes. My heart is full of love to share. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, we are all done with our breathing and our poem today. We got some movement in, we watered the plants. We're off to a great start. And we're gonna move on to our mindfulness moment. So I'm gonna come a little bit closer so we can look at this together. So this mindfulness moment is called mindful mood. Mindful mood. What kind of colors do you see in this picture? Do you see bright and happy colors? Okay, I'm going to read the card to you. Our moods often affect the way we act. If you're happy, you might act kind and generous. And if you're grumpy, you might act mean or selfish. It is wise to understand our moods and how they affect what we say and do. So we talked a little bit last time about big feelings, having really big feelings, and how we can breathe through those feelings and talk about them. So this goes right hand in hand with talking about our feelings. And this is about planning your mood. So each morning, sit mindfully with your spine straight and your body relaxed. Take 3 soft, slow breaths. So we're going to take those together. In, out, 2, in, out, 3, in, out. Where do you feel your mood? Put your hand on your body where you feel your mood. So we had talked about how emotions, we feel them in different parts of our bodies. So you might feel your mood in your chest. You might feel something in your tummy. You might feel kind of a buzzing feeling in your head if you're excited or happy. So put your hand where you feel your mood. Does it feel heavy or does it feel light? Does it feel heavy or does it feel light? Now find a piece of paper. You can do this now or you can do it after the video. And I want you to draw your mood. Draw your mood with as many colors as you want, but pay attention to the colors that you're using and how they make you feel. And then you can keep that mood drawing in a place where you can see it again to help remind you of how you've been feeling. Sometimes I like to write in a journal, so it's a little bit different than drawing a picture, but it's the same idea. I write in a journal sometimes so that I can think about how I'm feeling and my mood, and so that I can work through some things on my own and treat other people with more kindness and more love. So I'd like you to give that a try sometime today. Okay. That was our mindfulness moment for the day. And we'll move on to our calendar and our weather. Let's scoot over just a bit. And our calendar today is slowly filling up. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count it in Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 days in the month of April. It is April 10th, 2020. Can you say that with me? April 10th, 2020. And today starts with a sound that goes like this. It is Friday. Happy Friday. And tomorrow starts with a sound that goes like this. It is Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday. All right, let's do our Days of the Week song. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then we start again. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's where we'll end. Now get those weather hands out. And this time, I want to see if we can do our weather song with a whisper the whole way through. Okay. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? Someone tell me, what's the weather? What's the weather like today? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it raining out today? take a look outside. I see bright, beautiful sunshine. So I'm going to say that today it is sunny. Today it is sunny and beautiful. I really hope that you all get a chance to go outside and enjoy the sunshine today. I'd like you to tell me about what you do when you go outside. All right, that was our calendar and our weather. And now it is time for our letter of the day. So I'll come a little bit closer to you again. Our letter of the day starts with a sound, or makes a sound rather, that goes like this. R, r, r. It's the letter R. R, 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 r. So I'm going to think of a couple words that start with the letter R. Okay, I'm thinking of an animal with long ears and a fuzzy little tail. Long ears and a fuzzy little tail. It's a rabbit. Let's say that together. Rabbit, rabbit, ruh, ruh, ruh. Okay. I'm thinking of a food, and it's really tiny, and it comes in white and brown. White and brown. It's a really tiny food. Can you think of what it is? It's rice. Rice, rice, ruh, ruh, ruh. Rice is really good for your body. Makes your body nice and strong. So, we are going to practice writing our letter R. And just like the last letters we've done, we're going to start with a line down. So do your best line down. And then we're going to do a little curve like we did on the letter B and the letter P. So one little curve that goes about halfway. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then right where you're at, you're going to go down the slide. So let's try that again. Go down into the pond, hop to the top. Whoops, I made an extra little mark. One little curve around to the middle. And we're gonna go down the slide. My R's are quite a bit different. So it's okay if your R's are different too. All right, that's our letter R. So, we are all done with our letter of the day, and that means that it is story time. So, I have sort of a fun and silly book for us today because I felt like we were having kind of a fun and silly day with our bag tossing. So, this book is one of my favorites that I read at my class at school, and it's called Giraffes Can't Dance. Giraffes Can't Dance. It is by Giles Andreae and Guy Parker-Rees. I wonder if it'll tell us if they both wrote it or if one of them illustrated it. Yes. Giraffes Can't Dance on our title page. It says by Giles Andreae and illustrated by Guy Parker-Rees. There we go. Okay. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now every year in Africa they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel. And 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." How do you think Gerald's feeling right now? Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor, and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing, and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his arms out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I am dancing. Yes, I am dancing. I am dancing," Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said. when we find music that we love. That was Giraffes Can't Dance. We learned that giraffes can dance in that story, huh? All right. I really like that one. It's just so fun and happy. So we are going to be done for the day. I feel like that time went by so fast together, but I'm really glad that you joined me, and I would love to hear from you what you would like me to do in other videos. So if you have any ideas, you could tell your mom or dad and they could let me know, or whoever's with you watching the videos. I am so happy to see your face. You brighten my day in every way. Your light shines from near or far. I love you, I do, for all that you are. I'll see you next time.